Hi everyone, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. Today we have the wolves. Woo! Oh, oh! That's not how wolf sounds. But this game is by... Okay, thank you. By Panthersaurus Games and plays 2 to 5 players. We're gonna let you know what we think of it, but first we do the overview of the game.
Yes. So this is, I think the best way to describe it is a quick playing tactical area influence game. It's not quite area control, but it's very much moving pieces around the map in a tactical way and trying to score the right points at the right time. There's a bit of engine building that goes on. It is it's a 2 to 5 player game, but it has some variance for 2 players. So it thrives on the extra players. And what I've got set up here at the board, it's a modular board. Its size will depend on the number of players. This is the biggest one, so this would be 5 players, even though I've only set up 2 players worth of wolves just for this explanation. The core of the game is that on your turn you'll take 2 actions, and the cost of the actions, or the way you manage the actions, is by flipping over these tiles above your board, corresponding to the terrain where you're taking the action. So it means it's a little bit difficult to do lots of things in the same place at once. So if I wanted to move is a very simple action. It only costs you 1 token. So if I wanted to move into the desert, for example, I would flip over a face-up desert token and I would take that action. If I wanted to build a new den, for example, which is, it gives you a little bit of area control and it upgrades your ability to move or howl at things, then you would need 2. So I would at the moment be only able to do it either in tundra or in forest. I would flip over my 2. And I would also have to do it within a distance of my alpha wolves. So I've got bigger alpha wolves and then little mini wolves out there. And I could place a den in the matching location. And yeah, that would start to upgrade my skills, eventually be worth points as well. So all the tracks on your board are worth points. Other actions that you can take, you can convert a den into a lair if it is adjacent to one of these watering holes. So these are the strongest pieces for area control, and they give you a whole lot of points.
Let's say it's there.
Yep, so I'd be able to bump that into a lair. I'd put that up there. You can howl at these lone wolves based on your howl range, and that will turn them into one of your wolves. So if this alpha were howling, it would turn this one into one of my wolves. That was there.
Yes, thank you.
It gives you more ability to move and get area control.
Let's say it's like range of 2.
Yep. And then you can also, for 3 tokens, which is the hardest one to get, although you can use these bonus tokens that you'll pick up from time to time, you can howl someone else's wolf into being one of yours. Although I think what I just did was illegal because this alpha wolf would have stopped it from happening, but yeah, it was like that. So that way you can actually take over from other players, and you've got to watch out for when players can get 3 tokens of the same, because that puts you at risk.
But Tundra wolf, only have 3 of the same of the tundra terrain.
Yes, you would only have your home terrain.
That's right.
Unless you got these bonus tokens, because you can spend those as a token as well. Major ways of getting points. So engine build as quickly as you can, because all of these tracks are worth points once you uncover them. There is an area control piece. So each water hole has a moon token on it. And you'll see I've been putting pieces that I took off the board onto this moonlight track. When you reach a trigger step on that moonlight track for your player count, you stop and you resolve area control of the tiles that have those moons. And every piece you've got is worth 1, except for the lairs, which are worth 3. As I say, these are the most powerful. So you can get points out of those area controls. You can also hunt prey. So if you get 3 wolves adjacent to prey, on different hexes, then you can take that prey, and if you get a set of, the more different prey you gather through the game, you start to get a vastly escalating number of points for that.
And you also get an action, a free action.
Free action token as well. So yeah, the main bonuses that you pick up through these are your wild tile and your free action. The game continues until, based on your player count, the Moonlight board is full. You add up the points from what you've gathered off area control and through all of your tracks, and whoever has the most points wins.
Indeed. I do enjoy this game. Playing high player counts probably preferred. I know that it's got different board and whatnot, but it feels more chaotic. It feels like fighting. And you see that each certain rounds you get to score one of these. So depending on what rounds, the first one, for example, in a 4-player game, this is this one. So
This one.
and there's that one. So everyone's kind of like going towards that area and trying to control that area by having as many high point species as possible. And then after that, all right, let's abandon that area, and then everyone's moved to the other area. That was fun because it's like also thematic, like a pack of wolves going to a similar area.
Yeah, going to where the new watering hole where things are fresh and new.
Yeah, new prey. And that's the other thing. The prey is great if you just commit to it. You get 25 points, and then you get extra points, and that's very useful. Extra action, sorry. And this is smart. I mean, that's a personal puzzle. It's not only, okay, I have this, but next turn, what do you want to do? Do you want to flip this, or do you want to flip that, depending on where you want to go? And then the high player counts that kind of like takes effect more where, okay, so that changed my turn. But it could be a little bit AP when you're like, okay, I want to do this. And then all of a sudden somebody comes in and then do something and, I can't do that anymore. So you have to kind of like, okay, so I need to do this one first and then that one. Which one do I flip? And so on. What do you think?
Yeah, I quite like the way this mechanism works. It the combination of this and the board immediately gave me Rise of Tribes vibes. Because you sort of had this. In that one, you had the dice that were cycling through. Here, you've got these tiles that you've got to use, and they give you a simple cost to do your actions. You know, if you've got to do the more powerful actions, you have to find a way to get the tokens that you need. And I think that's really clever and really simple, having these having the actions resolved in that way. It's also a really clever way of making sure that you have to vary up what you're doing, and you have to go to different locations and do different things. So, yeah, very clever in this sense. Yes. It is a surprisingly quick game, we found.
It is, even at 5 players at one time.
Yep, when you look at, 13 pieces have to come off the board in 5 players before scoring happens, you'll be surprised how few rounds that takes. And it means you have to work really quickly on the objectives that you're hunting for. And you really have to, again, it becomes super tactical. It becomes all about making those, getting to those things that will give you points as quickly as possible. There's no time to slowly sit back and engine build here. You have to go for the things that are worth points at the time when you can get them, which could be good or it could be bad. That really depends on your style of game. I sort of left it thinking, gee, I wish I had 1 or 2 more turns.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Maybe not that many more turns, but just 1 or 2 more. So I felt it did clip it a little bit short for my taste. A lot of games do that these days, though. I think that's very much in the style of how games are working these days.
I do really like that you mentioned it, that engine build part of it, but they are just, you don't know when it's going to happen quite yet, especially in higher player counts, because you see, it's scoring time. I'm not ready. Or like, oh no, I want to go there. But that's usually what happened. And this bit as well, which one you want to just push in, it's just not enough turn. But that's usually the sign of good games. Like, I just don't have enough time to do the things that I want, what I want.
Yep.
Yeah.
I found it very interesting when we played at 5 players. I think I was the only one who was trying to max out Howl, so I could convert lone wolves and other players' wolves from a greater distance and not have to move so much. I think most players were optimizing on
That's actually
movement.
true, yeah.
Yeah, I was still able to find ways to do what I needed to there. It was only where I really hamstrung myself on what territories were around. You know, the prey, there's a lot of points in prey, but it takes a lot of actions to make them work because there's no prey on the board that you can surround 3 with the same terrain. So it means it's going to take you at least 2 movement actions to make that happen. And when you're doing movement actions, you're not putting dens down and the things that are more directly going to engine build you. So I like that those options are there.
Yeah, then hence this could worth a lot of points if you commit to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways, as you just said, you imply lots of ways to gain points. What do you want to do? Okay, I want to convert, so let's just focus on this thing. Or, okay, I'm going to try to do other things, and I focus on other things. And these also worth points at the end of the game, or some of them, when it gets to higher. So 3 points there, 1 point. You get some bonuses as well underneath here. So like another, well...
More alpha wolves.
More alpha wolves. And this actually, it just gives you points.
Yep.
And this is the extra action and wild terrain.
Yep. There's also things we haven't spoken about. Your alpha wolves, they can go running around into opponents' pack wolves and scaring them off.
Yeah,
because they're stronger pieces and they kind of block pack wolves out. Likewise, lairs will block other players from coming in, so you can actually really lock down hexes on the board.
Yeah, it's the type of game where there's a bit of area control, but not, and it's keep moving, so it's not too scary for those who's a bit timid in area control. I feel I'm usually a bit timid, so this is why it's area control, but then hey, you move this, you move that, and there are a few other things, and you see, okay, you can go here, you can go there. Which one do you think that is an easier win for you? The options.
Yeah, these fast-paced area control, the ones that are more tactical than strategic.
That's right, tactical. Yeah.
It works for me as well.
Lots of replayabilities. Yeah, you are a bit like that too. You're not really big in area control. So there are lots of replayabilities in the strategies and the tiles. And yeah, I would recommend it if you like. Yeah, you don't mind a little bit of area control. You like that personal puzzle, and you like that replayability and different ways of scoring.
Yep. Yeah, they've certainly done something which is nice and innovative with this tile nature, and that's really the biggest selling point of the game. I think it's a real credit to it.
Innovative and also easy to digest, because sometimes it's innovative, but then it's not intuitive, and this is innovative and intuitive.
Yep.
So that is the Wolves. Maybe you have played it. I think Pandasaurus games are they're doing well this year, or last year, with the few games that they have. So what do you think? Have you played it? Do you enjoy this game? Which aspect of the games you enjoy? Let us know in the comments. And hopefully you find that useful. Please hit the like button. That will be really helpful to us. You can also subscribe, hit the Meeple in the corner, and hit the bell so you get notification when we have how to play videos, review, live playthrough on the weekend, my short and sweet, and so on. I'm also on Instagram. Find me there as well. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.